So hello everyone. I wanted to come to you today because I'm seeing some things that have been on my mind and bothering me about how I see the hashtag causeascene community engaging and how I'm seeing other white folks in tech. We're going to stay in the tech space are engaging. And it is beyond troublesome, and you're making the work harder. So it speaks to some of the concerns I have about this current compassion and empathy. What do I want to call it? Not crusade. That's not the right word. I mean, because I get people's intentions, but impact is what matters. So I'm going to call it the compassion and empathy. I can't come up with a name right now. So, but it's this current movement. We call it a movement. This current narrative that says for tech to be better requires individuals to assume best intentions and give people the benefit of the doubt. And I've developed a very strong stance on this over the past months, because I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it in other places. I keep seeing it. People are speaking about it. People are doing consulting about it. You have businesses talking about it. You have people writing codes of conduct that include it. You have people who are writing who are okay. This is my problem I have, and I see it here on Twitter, and this is where and this is a macro version of a micro version of what I'm seeing in the tech space. So I tweet something, or someone tweets something, and yesterday was the example of the young climate change individual woman, young woman, who spoke at the United Nations, Greta, I don't remember her last name, is in all the headlines, all the news, and people have been talking about her since she started her travels from her home country to Europe, and then how she came to the U.S. and people have been talking about her, and yes, nothing to take away from her at all. And yet, I have this feeling that it's racist. It has a racist undertone, because there have been brown and black young women, particularly, who have been raising the alarms about climate change and environmental issues here in the United States, and they don't get this attention. They don't get this attention, and just to draw the conclusion, just draw the comparison. And not only do they not get the attention, but they are often cast in the roles of troublemakers, and they need to go sit down somewhere because they don't know what they're talking about. And yet this young woman, white woman, is being heralded as a hero amongst us. And again, it's like, oh, okay, well, she's not saying anything original. People have been saying this. Young people have been saying this. And it's interesting how you pick and choose who you want to give the attention to. And so when I tweeted that, someone tweeted it, and I was like, yeah, this is how I've been feeling about it. Some individual tweeted and decided to say something about, first of all, that she didn't know, because it was about the Flint water girl. I think that's her handle, and how she's been talking about this. And then some person, well, I don't know who this is. That's your problem, because you could Google it before you even respond to the tweet, which is a problem. And then this person, I don't know if it's a male or female, so I'm gonna say they actually, how they identify. So they actually said, is she as articulate and impassioned as this? I was like, oh wow, so we're talking about articulate to a black young girl? That's racist. You just any argument you had, I close my ears when you've said that. And then I have these individuals who come in and they try to, I appreciate the work you're doing. You're trying to You provide resources and you're doing all these things because you are assuming good intentions. And what inevitably happens is, because this individual, after not only saying that, they did a tweet about how great an ally they are. And so basically we should be grateful because they're an ally, which, you know, I have a problem with that. What you do when you assume, and I need to be careful here because I don't want, it's my intention, my concern is not that people aren't good. My assertion is people need to demonstrate behavior. And this is what whiteness has never had to do. People of color, black people have always had to demonstrate that we could do something before we get a pat on the back, before we get, okay, this is your. White people have always gotten the benefit of the doubt. You've gotten things based on potential. So when you encounter these people on Twitter, on your jobs or whatever, in your Slack channels, and they say something, you go with, there's potential here. I can teach them. I say, drop some knowledge with the understanding that until they respond in a way that demonstrates that they understand and that they're open to learning or to changing, they are no better than what I said they were. Trust me when I say something, when I've identified something, that I know what I'm talking about. So it just makes the work just so much harder because now I have to go back and correct you for giving them the benefit of the doubt. When they do something, they say something, they burn your ass. And then you're like sitting there like, oh my God, I didn't expect that. And I'm like, I did. I need you to not give people the benefit of the doubt. People need to demonstrate behavior because it is too dangerous if they don't. It is dangerous if they don't. So, I just need, you just make the life hard or the work harder. So this is how I want you to move forward. If you see my tweet, if you see somebody of color tweet, particularly a black woman who tweets something, if you see it, an indigenous woman who tweets something, if you see it and somebody responds in a racist, negative, condescending, oppressive way, I need you to make the default, there's something here that I may not know what is going on. So I will not give them the benefit of the doubt. I will not assume that their intentions are good. What I will do is engage with them to see. You have not even engaged. I'm going to engage with them in a way that tests, we're doing experiments here, that test their ability to see if they can, where they are on this. And that's what you do. Stop giving them the benefit of the doubt. Stop doing that because, again, it makes just my life, my work so much harder because now, like this individual has gone back and deleted not all the tweets, but the tweets that specifically point to being where use the racist trope and that whole I'm an ally, I'm a solid ally thing. And so it makes me have to screenshot everything. So now that there's proof, because now people don't know what the fuck's going on, it just makes life just harder. So I get the empathy and the compassion movement. And I say yet with a caveat, because when you automatically give the benefit of the doubt to the privileged individuals, because you're not giving it to the people who aren't privileged, you cause more harm. You have the potential to cause harm. You have the potential to distract. You have the potential to get off track. You have the potential to actually inflict the harm and become complicit in something that you don't want to become complicit in. So just stop doing it. Just stop doing it. Just engage with caution. That's it. Just engage until they demonstrate that they know that they are actually actively wanting to learn. Then you provide resources. Until then, who are they? They have not earned anything. So that's what I have to say. Stop making my life hard. Bye.